What's up, YouTube? Let's see if we can get. Let's see if we can get a little. Hopefully, we won't get a copyright strike. Last time I did, it was like, it had the mute part of it, but let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Instrumentals. Instrumental chill. That sounds like a good one. Yeah, it's not too bad. We'll do that. What is going on, y'all? If you see this in the future, tonight's stream, just going to list some things, talk about a couple things. Curious to see how everyone else's store is doing and seeing how the reseller community is faring right now. Headed into the end of the year where usually sales go up, up, up. So hopefully that'll be the case. Oh, do I want to list this first? Yes, I'll go ahead and get this thing listed first. All right, up first, I've got this Coleman stove I'm going to list. It's not your typical like propane Coleman stove. It's like the fuel oil type, so it's got this little like gas can that goes with it, and this little like Tin Man hat funnel for putting the oil in. Ooh, that thing's really dirty. I didn't clean the inside of that. Let me clean the inside of that real quick. I go back and forth because like this stove, it's like $7. It's an estate sale find, and it was pretty. It was a pretty good deal because it's $7. Like they had 15 on it, but it was half price day. So this stove was good, but golly, they stored this thing in like a woodworking shop. There was like sawdust all over the thing. So, of course, it sat in my death pile for a while, and I cleaned it like 10 minutes ago before the stream went live. So yeah, it's but hopefully it'll be okay. But yeah, that's a little bit better. I like using wet wipes, but I feel that they leave like lint. They need to make like lint-free wet. I can't even talk. Lint-free wet wipes. But I did buy the stove because it had the box with it. It's still in the box. As you can see, the box was really dirty. So that was the only reason. Well, that was the main reason why I went ahead and bought that stove. I hate putting the large items here because they're hard to. Sorry, didn't mean to knock the computer. It's hard to get stuff all in a shot. Running out of room, people. Do y'all have that problem? It's like we first started reselling. We've got this 12 by 24 shed, and we're like, we'll never fill it up. And now it's like busting at the seams. But I don't know. Marcus Driscoll's in the house. What's going on? How are you doing, sir? How has sales been? Mine have been crazy. Well, Mr. Marcus, um, let's see. Let me pull up the chair. Sales have been slow but fast, if that makes any sense. Like last week, no, actually, it's over the weekend. Had 11 sales over the weekend, which was really good. Now, that might have stretched into like Thursday. Yeah, I think it did. I think from like Thursday through Sunday, we had 11 sales, which was good for us. 90-day total still overall down, but I I don't know. I think that's because we had some like higher price items drop off and or higher sales. I meant like bigger, more expensive items that we sold over 90 days ago have dropped off. And I mean our sales are like pretty steady, but man, I just it's like once your 90-day total, because we did the video, the 90-day total was at 10,000, and now we're at like half of that. And we're still grateful to have that, but at the same time, it's like, just what do I have to do to get back up there? So, but I think it's been crazy around here, man. Like, I started a new job, and I am loving that, and it's actually going to be really good for the YouTube channel, for reselling and everything, because now I have like a more set schedule. I have vacation I can take. It's really good. It's a really good change. But one thing that is constant now is that I have to go into the office 5 days a week. So dealing with that, but we're doing pretty good. Um, I I ramble a lot, so if you just need me to focus, just I try to answer questions, but I end up rambling and talking. But it's just me in here by myself, and I'm trying to keep the silence at like a minimum. But yeah, I mean, how about you? Have sales been okay? Well, you said yours have been crazy. Well, I'm glad sales have been good for you. I think that we're gonna start ramping up like the closer we get to Christmas is where we're gonna be headed. So, a rural squirrel, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. The did I put this upside down? Did I put the thumbnail upside down? No, did I do that? The upside down thumbnail. Oh Lord. I'm gonna be so embarrassed if I upload the. What's up, Jeff? I'm keeping it. It's staying that way. I'm not. It's that's awesome. Hey, that's clickbait. If that's yeah, that's some clickbait right there. I didn't even plan that. That was oh man. Oh, crap. Y'all, I just uploaded the thumbnail upside down. Okay. So I'm trying to I need to wipe this down one more time. Oh, that's classic. That is too funny. Oops. Hang on. Oh, I am. I'm good. First item that we're listing. Well, it worked. I clicked. Oh, that's awesome. Thank y'all. Thank you everybody for tuning in. This is like very impromptu. I've actually got a video coming out tomorrow that is going to go into what an epic failure this past weekend has been, because we have been working like really hard on the house. We got the basement all cleaned up and cleared out, and we got the workshop area all cleared up and cleaned out. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to carry on this momentum on Sunday. We're going to take stuff to our booth to restock there. We are going to, I'm going to get 10 things listed, and I'm going to do a live stream, and I'm going to pack everything ship. And I did one of those things. So I'll let you watch the video tomorrow and see how it goes out. But yeah, Squirrel said I won't stay long though, working on editing and can't concentrate. Oh yeah, I'm the same way. Like I can't listen to two people at one time. So I completely understand that. I look forward to seeing your video when it comes out. I have been like completely sidetracked since they said the thing was uploaded upside down. Oh me. Tell you one thing in this shed. I'm so glad that we are niching down to books. Marcus has had a booth for about 3 years. Awesome, man. We're on like the second year of the booth. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much. And want to remind everybody else to do it real quick. Yeah, man. Yeah, I will take all the thumbs up that you'll give me. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, me. I feel like I get distracted by taking pictures, not like right now. Like I'm trying to talk and take pictures. My original goal was to have all the pictures taken and I could just do the listings in front of the camera, but that didn't happen because I don't have as much time as I thought. But anyway, it'll be fine. We'll make do. Oh, I've got to get this undone. Nation down to books, y'all, have like completely spoiled me because everything is small and square and or rectangle and compact. And when you go out and you buy big stuff like this, it just it aggravates me because I'm like, oh yeah, now I can that's how now I got to remember how to like actually clean stuff and put stuff in bigger boxes to ship. Like I shipped a cookie jar today. It was one of the things that we shipped out, and I was like, why do I even buy this stuff? I just want to sell books now, or me and April both do. We just want to do books for the most part. All right, one down. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this thing. Marcus thinking about doing books as well. Yeah, man. Books have like really, really worked out for us here lately. April started watching Back from Burnout, and I'm gonna shout out Mel. So we've been watching a ton of her videos, kind of catching up because it's one of the newer channels that we started to follow. And yeah, so like what I like about books is that it's like because I like going to estate sales. Like yard sales are good, but for books, usually if like they were into like a if they had books on like a particular topic, you can usually get a good deal on them. And if you can't find books that are each book is going to sell for like $15 or more, like $10 to $15 is usually like the minimum requirement for us to want to list an individual book. But if you find like just books on the same topic you can lock them up and sell them. Maybe even shoes. You know, we've done shoes in the past a lot, but I don't have the knowledge. I don't stay up on trends as far as shoes and stuff like that. Like I know, like I basically know Merrill and Keene. Like if I see Merrill and Keene and they're in good condition, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's probably gonna make me some money. But as far as like Nikes or like the guys that are the sneakerheads and they know all these different special editions, like well, when you say shoes, I got a pair of Jordans that I'm gonna list here in a little bit. There's an awesome story behind it. But yeah, shoes is like something like maybe we'll pick up, but it's not something on my like top list of stuff. So like Marcus, I'll show you. So you're talking about books. Uh, I bought I bought this like one of the reusable grocery bags at a yard sale. It was full of fishing books, and it was like they were like 50 cents a piece or $5 for the whole bag. So I bought the whole bag, and it had a couple of good seller, big like this book right here is listed for $45, and it sells for around $40 to $45, and that's just for one book. So that's like way I'm way into the profit just with this one book. But since it had like all this stuff, like this was like these, it's like a couple different things. It's like little pamphlets, like saltwater fishing guides and stuff like that. If like on their own, they're not going to sell. But if you can lot them up to where like all these are like saltwater. So like what I did, I just divided all of the fishing stuff into different lots. And I think 4 lots have sold, and we've got like 5 left. So we're like halfway sold through there, and we're way into the profit now. We're probably around $60 or so in, maybe a little bit more, maybe 70. But yeah, like you can like find little stuff like this because I mean, if you fill up a box full of like little pamphlets and magazines and stuff at an estate sale, you might be able to get like a really good deal on them because they're just looking at it as like, this maybe this guy wants, is just into this thing. But yeah, but then you can, once you go home and you start comping stuff, like I was like, okay, cool, this is the biggest thing, and this is the biggest seller in the lot at $45, but I'm also going to make money on stuff like this too. So don't look at things as like individual. Like even if you got to buy the whole box, like if it's old stuff, like if it's definitely some vintage books, and if it's in good condition, like check them over, make sure there's no water damage or mold, or like the spines are in good condition. But I mean, something like this, I mean, there's definitely like some wear on it. I mean, it's not a book that's in stellar shape or anything, but it's in good condition. I mean, there's no damage to it. It's still very, very readable. So check out that little tip. If you start getting into books, there's a lot more channels out there than us, but because we're still at the very early learning stages of books. But as you can kind of see behind me, like right here, like all these are books, and then back here, all this is books too that we have on the shelf. So yeah, I'm really, really liking going down to books because I think this shed will be able to house a lot more inventory that way too. Like you take stuff like clothes and plush and like the big Coleman grill thing that I just listed. All that stuff is just it takes up so much more room. So like if you can like niche down to books, I think right now we have around 600 listings in the store. If we were just all books, I think we could probably have around 1,600 book listings and stored in the same building. So that's a big motivation factor for us. This is a lot of books. This was actually April's. This is from her college days. She was cleaning out some stuff over the weekend, and she decided that she's just going to list these. So, but yeah, like I had to like when I was taking the pictures of the grill, that's requires a lot of moving around taking pictures. This books, it's super easy. I have got I've got the thing dirty. Don't tell my wife, but she's gonna find it anyway. Oh man, I got 5 people in here. I got 6 thumbs up, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. I love that, this community is so great. And honestly, like I've talked a little bit about, like, my trip to sobriety all of last year. Like, I'm over a year sober now. So YouTube and reselling has helped me a lot, just as it's giving me something else to do other than just, sitting around with the drink in my hand, which is what I used to do all the time. So yeah, it's definitely, I feel like I'm more productive. It's helped building the store up. It's helping, with listing, and it's also, helping the growth of the channel and stuff like that too. So for everybody who's watching, thank you. If anybody has anything you want to ask, or a topic you want to cover, just throw it in the chat and we'll talk about it. All right, this next one, more books. There's 50 of these, I believe. These are Doc Savage, and these are like short little novels, and every single one of them is a Doc Savage book. This is probably the biggest book sale that I've had. But this guy was obviously a collector because everything is in sleeves. But I think these are going to list for around $125. So if you see a collection of Doc Savage books, it's probably, if they're in good condition, it's probably something that you should look into, flipping, because I mean, the big lots of them, they're going for over $100. So I'm going to list this lot at 125, and it's going to be what's up, Ken? SSK promo. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Y'all, if y'all are not listening to the Reseller Clickbait podcast, what are you doing with your lives? I mean, are you just over there, listening to Trash to Cash? Nothing else? Is that it? I'm so stupid. Guys, if you don't know, SSK promo Ken, he's got the trash. I almost said you got Trash to Cash. Reseller Clickbait podcast. Him and Jimmy Old School Flips. They're good people. You should check them out. They have a lot. I'll say this. I will say this right here on my live stream and going on record. They cover more reselling content than Trash to Cash does. I said it. Who wants to fight me? But yeah, I've never heard of Doc Savage until I bought these, and because I was asking the guy, I said, how much you want for your books? And he thought I wanted to buy them individual, and I was like, well, how much for the whole thing? And I was thinking, hopefully he was going to throw out a low price, and he threw out $10, and I was happy that he did. So this should be a good flip, and I think it has over 100% sell-through rate. You're welcome, Ken. I really enjoy the podcast. Podcasts for me have been like huge in my life. See, like 50 cents each is what he wanted. I found podcasts last year, and I am a huge I am a huge Disney nerd. I love watching YouTube videos on Walt Disney World specifically, a little bit of Universal Studios too, because traveling down there is something. I thought somebody was coming in for a second. Like traveling down there and going to the parks is something I really enjoy, and I have listened to around 300 episodes of this one Disney podcast. So, yeah, I'm a little crazy when it comes it comes to that. So yeah, I like to branch out. I've got podcasts that I listen to on reselling. Of several of those now. And what's the new one? It's the Let's Do Lunch. Let's Do Lunch. Yeah, I don't I look for that on Apple, but I did not see it. So maybe it's just on YouTube right now. Oh wow, we got 7 people in the stream. Thanks guys. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. All right, so let me count these books real quick. Yeah, we got 50. Robert Peterson. What's going on, buddy? Are you on the road, my friend? I actually leave heading to Arkansas in 3, working in Georgia. Awesome, man. I'm happy for you. I'm hoping that your change is working out as good as mine, because I'm really liking where I'm at now. Rob's a former coworker of mine. But yeah, I head out to Arkansas beginning or 2 more weeks. So never been to Arkansas to work. So looking forward to that. Okay, how am I going to do this? I think I am going to do it. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to take pictures of this. Going to Pennsylvania in 8 days and maybe back to Georgia. Hey, man, that's a good run. Oh, man. I cannot get the phone. Oh, hang on. That's why it won't work. There we go. All right, let's see if I can get this one. Hurricane Ian, yeah. It looks like it's gonna hit, like Tampa area first. So another reseller, NC Picker, shout out Dave. I think it's his birthday today, y'all. So make sure you head on over to Dave's Instagram and tell him happy birthday. I heard that on Trash to Cash today. But yeah, Hurricane Ian has a bunch of resell. If you're a reseller in Florida, prayers are with you. I hope I hope the storm comes through and doesn't do any damage and everyone is safe. But yeah, it's hurricanes are no fun. I remember I was actually working like My regular working job. Yep, Rob's got it. So I have worked in nuclear power for like 13 years combined. And for the longest time, it was, it still is. It's still travel. There's a lot of travel that we have to do. But, yeah, with my new position, yeah, see, Rob's been doing a lot longer than me. But with my new position, I still have to travel. I just don't have to travel as much because I have full time work back at the office too now. So uh, I really enjoy the work. I love what I do. I love reselling also. But yeah, it's really hard. Like last year, moving into moving into reselling and starting the YouTube channel, like there was a gap of content last year for like 4 months because I was either in England working or someplace else. And we're working like 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. So it's it's really hard to go out and film content on your one day off, and odds are if you work a night shift, it's just not going to happen anyway. So yeah, but shout out to all the nuclear workers out there. 7/12s, man. That's some serious overtime right there, Rob. I'm jealous. We can't do it. We could do 6/12s now though. Let's see. Where am I gonna set this? I'm gonna set that. No, because that's it right. Ken, how's it feeling up in Ohio? Getting cold yet? It's like in the 50s in here in the morning. What's up, Tom Paul friend? You gonna come to Salem and buy my stuff? Oh man, you see like everything behind me. You see all this unlisted, and it goes all the way down to the floor, unlisted. Dude, we're trying. We're trying. All right, Rob. Thanks for tuning in, bud. I appreciate it. Thanks. Hey, be safe tonight, man. Um, yeah. Tom, I've got. We've got too much stuff. We've been doing really good paring down because we're starting to niche down into books, but it's like we just keep finding stuff, and it's not just. I can say now that the unfinished part of the basement where we had inventory, all that's done, but it's still a ton of stuff in the office. So not looking good for me coming to Salem and buying all your stuff. I hate to tell you, man. Oh man, it's just it's so hard just keeping up with everything. Like I'm actually kind of glad that the sourcing is slowing down now because it's been a lot. Ken says definitely getting colder here. Almost turned the furnace on this morning. Yeah, we've been leaving the air condition on, and I think the other morning I woke up and it had dropped down to like 68, and I'm like, I'm gonna try to wait at least until October before I turn the heat on because I don't want. I don't know. It's like I gotta wait. It's like a mental thing. So I think I've talked about this on Instagram, but VCRs VCRs used to be like the main thing that I used to love to, pick up. And I think I'm done with that chapter in my life as far as reselling, because it's just, I don't know. It's like the last. It's always been something going on with like almost every of the last 4 or 5 we sold has just been, oh, they got damaged during shipping, or I know I would test them. I'd even take pictures of the things working both sides of it, and it still would have issues with it. So now that I've discovered that I really like sourcing books, and I really like doing that, I think that VCRs are kind of done. Like, unless I find like $1,000 combo that's still sealed for a good deal, I might pick that up. But I'm not going to be looking for them on the daily anymore. And I have collected some blank media that I was going to put with combo units and stuff. I think I'm just going to list these super cheap, just because I want to get them gone and get them out of here. But all these are new sealed, and I'm going to take a picture and list them. Okay, April is texting me. She's saying that y'all need to see what I'm doing when I'm listing, and I kind of get that. I'm sorry I didn't turn y'all around to see. We've got like a photo table in here now. We used to take photos in the house, but now we got photos here. Oops, hang on. I think the iPhone always takes you back to not square pictures. So that'll go up. Ooh, I can show y'all this. So when we lot up the books, we use this to kind of tie all the lots together. I'm going to do this with the VHS tapes. I don't know why I moved you. I'm just going to move you back. Ken, remind me, did you sell that screen mask? I mean, we're getting close to Halloween. I figured it'd be a great time of year to sell it. Marcus, you asking like where are we located at? Oh crap! Hang on. I'm trying to end. If you're asking where we're located at, located in Lynchburg, Virginia. It's pretty much right in the middle of the state. It's we have a Lynchburg address, but we live outside of the city. We used to live in the city, but we moved out here, and I really like where I'm at now. I got a little bit more acreage, and it's a lot quieter out here. Sunsets are beautiful too. Ken says the mask is listed, not sold yet. Sorry, there's a bug in here. Turns out it was not a big hitter, but still good. $300 mask. $300 mask. That's I get excited over a $50 sale. I mean, like I sold a lot of books for $25 the other day. I was like, woohoo! It was a big sale, but yeah. Well, that's good, man. I hope you sell it. It should sell. Coming in close to Christmas. I remember Christmas, Halloween. I can't. Mine is gone today, y'all. I mean, it's between work, coming home with had to do some homework with the kid, and then trying to prep all this and go live. Mine is just gone. But I think it was last year. I bought it for a quarter. It was like it was VHS. It was a horror VHS from the 80s. It was like a, I don't know, it would be rare. Maybe it is rare. I mean, it sold for like, it was a quarter, sold for like $18, so nothing huge. But I remember I had it listed for a little while, and it was it sold like the closer we got to Halloween, it sold. So mm. It has good watchers and has some offers, but no takers yet. Yeah, we've got this kind of similar situation on. We've got a silver Christmas tree from the '60s. We've got the 8 foot tall tree with the color wheel behind it, and we've had we've had like some lowball offers, and we keep sending offers to other people, but hopefully that'll sell as the closer we get to Christmas. That we have it listed for, I think, 900. Yeah, we list for like 899, and hopefully it'll sell. I think it will. It'll be, if it sells for full price, it'll be over $500 profit. So we're fingers crossed that it sells. But yeah, that's pretty much the biggest thing we got. Blue Nose Flips. Let me see here. London Folio Society books are definitely a bolo. Okay. Went to a yard sale. Books were free. 4 George Eliot books sold. A lot for $230 Canadian under a week. Wow. London Folio Society. I have to remember that. Thanks, Ken. Yeah, it was. I did a previous live stream where I took the whole tree out and put it, and all I did was just put the tree together and just talk to people on YouTube. And it took me probably an hour and a half to get everything together and back in the box. It was unbelievable. It was a long time for that much work. But okay, but back to Blue Nose Flip. So thanks for tuning in, by the way. London Folio Society. I have to remember that because I am going to England next year for work, and I'll have to figure. They're typically in slipcases. Okay, cool. I'm hope the thing of it is, if I want to go and source and try to do some thrifting, and they don't really have yard sales. They have what's called a boot sale, and it's where people, it's kind of like the flea market. People bring whatever they got in the trunk of their car or the boot of their car, and they park up in this big field on Saturdays and Sundays, and they sell their goods. So hopefully I can find some small stuff that I'll be able to bring back on the airplane. But cool. Thanks for that information. That's something I'll have to add to my list of books. London Folio Society. Yeah, Peanut. Jeff Dunham. Let's see. Does he still work? Oh, he doesn't work. Well, hang on. He might work. Well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to pull the pull tab out. Like, I think he'll work but this is Peanut, the puppet. So I'll go ahead and get him listed. April get mad at me if I don't turn you. We were talking about selling shoes earlier, and there's a big story behind these shoes. So this is a pair of Jordans. They're not in bad shape. They're not in the greatest shape. Like you can see, there's some like dinginess on the shoelaces. But years ago, way before we got into reselling, before we even knew what reselling was, back when we lived in the city. Our oldest son Reagan, who was, I think he might have been 11 or so. Holla, what's going on, friend? Thanks for tuning in. Decided to just do an impromptu Tuesday night live because I don't know, I just felt like doing it. So, and the thumbnail's upside down. I figured that out at the very when a rural squirrel who was in here earlier told me the thumbnail was upside down, but I'm leaving it because it's clickbait and hopefully it'll make me go viral. Anyway, back to the shoe story. So these are size 12, and apparently somebody had lost them out of their car or something because they were laying in the street on the cul-de-sac that we lived in at the time. They were just laying off to the side of the road. And my son Reagan, who's 11 at the time, he comes in with this big honking pair of basketball shoes. And I'm like, "Where'd you get those?" And he was like, "Well, they were on the street." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "What are we gonna do with them?" And he said, "I'm gonna keep them because one day I'm gonna grow into them and I'm gonna wear these shoes." And I was like, "Okay." And I never really thought too much about it. And then we were cleaning stuff out. He packed these. We moved to this house 4 years ago. He packed these from his room there, brought them here at the time, and then now he doesn't care about them now because we're going to resell them. But they've been from one house to another. He thought he was going to wear. He thought he was going to wear them. He wanted to save them to wear them, and yeah. So that is the story behind the mystery pair of Jordans. If these are your Jordans, I'm sorry that you lost them out of your car. Nobody came by and said, "Hey, anybody seen a pair of shoes?" At the old house. So, but it is what it is. But we're gonna sell them. They're not like I said, they're not in the greatest shape. But I think if we just list them at the lowest point, it's pure profit. And I think the statute of limitations for stealing shoes is behind us now. Let's see. This is why I don't think I would want to sell shoes because there's too much turning. I mean, plus you got to show the bottom, and then you've got to show. I mean, it's just a lot. Like, I mean, I know you could have like a designated shoe rack or like a fixture to put the shoes in, but my goodness. Get those done. We've got Marcus. I think I missed your last chat. Yeah, book maybe. Let me know what you're trying to type. Sorry, that one must have slipped by me. But this was a Goodwill find. This is a Stranger Things sweater, and I think I'm gonna try to go ahead and get this listed. Um, it's pretty cool. It's got the like the it does like it forms two different things if you move the sequins one way or the other. But there's like the van that 11 has flipped over, and the kids on the bikes. Uh, did y'all? I've watched the first season, and to be honest, I am not in the very least a fan of horror. Uh, I don't. I guess I'm just a big fraidy cat. I don't like being scared. I don't see the. I I, I don't understand the horror culture. Like I don't understand why people would want to get scared and why you would want to watch movies. Because I guess for like some people's personality, they could go and they could watch a scary movie and then like, oh, that was cool, I'm scared, and then they could go about their day or their night. If I watch a scary movie, it gets inside my brain and I don't sleep well for like a week. It's just how it is. I guess I'm just a big fraidy cat. But yeah, it's the first season had like a couple moments in there where I was like, when the Demogorgon came out. So and I know Stranger Things has a huge following, and I know that like a lot of people love it. It is a great show, but I haven't seen anything past the first season. If y'all have seen anything more than the first season, let me know. And then also, I watched the first season of The Witcher, and there was a couple there was a couple episodes of that where kind of got under my skin too. So, but yeah, it was yeah, that's my take on. I guess that's my take on horror, and I don't necessarily like fall because I'm not a huge fan of Halloween, and I'm not a huge fan. Like I said, not a huge fan of horror, but I don't like I don't like the fall in the sense of the summer ends. I don't like the fall and it's all the leaves that come down and you have to get them up. I mean, winter. I guess I look more forward to winter because I love Christmas. Christmas is like my jam, and I'm just more of a Christmas type of person than a Halloween person. But I'm curious to know what y'all think of that, and is it just me, or is that normal, or not? Maybe is it normal? Is it normal, or is it something that it's like you know? How do you view like horror and Halloween and like this whole time of the year? Oh, I gotta find a yeah. I wonder if I can find one. I need a coat hanger. I think I'm gonna steal this one real quick from this fur coat. SSK promo says hail winter. I don't know. I've worked in Ohio during the winter, and I know how cold it can get, especially like around the lake. And man, I've never been that cold before. So I'm not a huge fan of the cold, but I do like Christmas. I wish. Oh, April's probably gonna get upset with me, but if she needs me to, I can retake the pictures. I just don't know where else to put it. It's not gonna work out any better. All right. I find clothes like harder to list too. Like I'm never ever hardly motivated to list clothes. Like I mean that's a cool piece, but clothes and shoes, not really motivated to go out and buy. But there's a lot of people out there that sell almost exclusively clothes, and a lot of people out there that sell almost exclusively shoes. So. Oh, SSK promo. He didn't say hail winter, like woohoo team winner. He was like hate winter. Yeah, uh, I can understand why you say that now, because Ohio has some pretty cold winters. I think one time I did work up there. It was January or February. It was brutal. It was yeah. It was probably the coldest I've ever been in my life. So my heart goes out to you. I hope you have plenty of firewood for the winter, Ken. Okay. Winter can go to hail, Hail. Oh, blue nose flips. Okay, are you in Florida? He said that he'll take winter over the hurricane that just ripped through here. Yeah, my heart goes out to you, man. I hope everybody is safe, and hope it didn't. Hope the damage wasn't. Oh, Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia. Do they have hurricanes in Nova Scotia? Hurricane Fiona. Okay. I gotta look. East coast of Canada. Okay. That's right. Okay. Sorry, I'm not very. It hit on Friday. Is Hurricane Fiona go? No. Okay, I'm thinking of Ian. Sorry. we were talking about Hurricane Ian earlier, and that's Hurricane Fiona. Okay, so you just got power restored yesterday. Wow. Well, I'm glad you got power back, man. I know being without power sucks. We had here in Lynchburg, probably 10 years ago now. We had a derecho storm come through. And Ian is going to be bad. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's going to. I've seen where like a lot of the theme parks in Florida are already closing, like around the Orlando area. But yeah, we had a derecho come through, and some people in like the rural parts of the county, they were out without power for like up to 10 days. Like it was just crazy. Marcus says, I don't mind the winter, just don't like shoveling snow or the cold. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We don't usually get that much snow, to be honest. Like we sometimes get snow, but it's not like it's not like you have, other places. This is a Winnie the Pooh toaster that I'm taking pictures of right now. I got this at the Goodwill for $6. And it burns the image of Winnie the Pooh into your toast. And it also like has like a little jingle when the toast is ready. And it is Disney, and it's a Villaware. Yeah, it's got Pooh and Tigger, and then Eeyore and Piglet. I'm a sucker for Disney stuff. I mean, I bought this like probably 3 months ago. It's just been sitting in the basement until we decided to like. I was like, okay, I've got to list this stuff now. But yeah, it's pretty clean on the inside. I just gave it a quick wipe down, but I don't know. I forgot. I think this goes for around $50. Let me double check on that. Yeah, one's listed for 60. One of them with the box is listed for 90. Let me see. 23 listed. Let's see how many are sold. 24 sold. So it's got a 100% sell through rate. One of them sold for 85. One of them sold for $100 brand new. $36. So I mean, I'll probably list this for around 40. I don't necessarily want to like. I don't necessarily want to hang on to it. I want it to be like a quick sale, just because, something like this. I just want to get it going. There we go. There's a spot. Is this the last thing? Yeah, I think this is the last thing I got to list tonight. All right, blue nose flips. We don't get crazy amounts either. Everyone thinks Canada and figure we live in igloos. No, like I have seen a lot of beautiful like video footage and drone footage of Canada. Um, one thing that fascinates me, and like when I go on the road, I have like more time to myself, like when I'm not at my job working, if I'm just hanging out in the hotel room. So I get on YouTube and I like check out these channels about stuff. And one thing that I've really enjoyed watching and thought that maybe I get into one day, but it probably won't happen, is overlanding. And overlanding is basically where you just have any type of gear that you need to survive in the wilderness on your vehicle, and you're driving from point A to point B, not on paved roads, and camping along the way. And and the whole point of overlanding is where the journey is more of the destination than the destination where you're headed to. It's like you're only going from point A to point B, but you don't really care what's at point A or point B. That you care about what you're going to experience as you go through the drive. And there's a couple channels, and one guy, I forget which part of Canada he's at, but he's out of Canada, and he has a vehicle that he overlands in, and man, just the scenes that he gets on his drone is just beautiful. And like I really want to go and travel, not necessarily do overlanding, but I do want to see some sites. Like I've never been to Yellowstone. Like Yellowstone is like it's on the top of my list. Like I really want to go there really bad. But I would love to see all of the stuff that at Yellowstone and see that part of the country, because I've flown out and I've worked in California before, and I've worked in Missouri, but I haven't seen anything in between Missouri and California. And that's where, like, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, I'd love to just be able to take a month and just drive through all that and see different sites. This is a good sell through for sure. Yeah, it's that I'm glad that it still has a good sell through rate 3 months after I bought the darn thing. Okay, this is really big. I'm surprised my wife even bought it. This is a Stink Boss, and she picked it up for $10 at the Goodwill. And what this does is, like, you put your shoes in here, and it runs and like blows air through them, and I don't know if it takes the stink out of your shoes apparently. So she says it'll sell, and it's a good thing to resell. So um, I plugged it in, tested it, it works. Bucket list has Route 66 on it. Yeah, Route 66 also, man. I want to drive down that. Ozone? Ozone is not on here. Does it say ozone? Defeat the stink. I don't see where it says ozone. Electrical outlet. Oh, allow room for the ozone to circulate through the cabinet on the shoe. Wow, I don't know. Allow room for the ozone to circulate throughout the cabinet. I have no idea. I really, really, really have no idea. All I know is this thing is big and bulky, and it was in the death pile, and it was either redonate it or list it. And April said she wanted to list it, so I'm listing it. Let's see. Get back on square mode here. Oh, sorry guys, I keep forgetting. I think that ought to be good enough. I wonder if that's how they neutralize it. I have no idea. I mean, yeah. Like I've seen boot dryers before. Like I've used those, but all that does is just like they just basically heat up and it evaporates all their sweat that's in your boots. But that I don't know how I get. I plugged it in. It just seems like it's circulated air. So I don't know. Maybe you have maybe there's like something that goes in there that's like you have to replenish that takes the stink away, makes it nice and smelly, or doesn't make it smell as much. Yeah. Well, guys and girls, lads and ladies, Matadam and Herum, we are over an hour, and that was my goal for this stream. And I have taken pictures of everything that I need to take pictures of. So I think it is going to be time to end this. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to everybody who came out for this stream, because I didn't promote it on social media. I just clicked go live. It was basically just to motivate me to come out here and take pictures of all this. So thank you all for showing up. I'll leave it open for a couple more minutes if anybody has any last minute questions or anything you want to talk about. And if not, we're going to end this and we're going to see you on the next one. Yeah, it's been fun. All right, Blue Nose is calling it. Good night, well, good night, everybody. Thank you for coming by. I will see you on the next one.